Hey, it's Kim Commando Today, your daily podcast to keep you up to date with all things digital and beyond. And I'd love to have you be a part of our podcast. You can make an appointment to speak with me. Just head over to commando.com, and on the top right, there's a button that says Email Kim. Fill that out, and that's it. $1 million.
I'll take it.
No, that's what somebody wants for their phone, their iPhone, on eBay.
Why?
Because, the whole TikTok getting banned, going to shut down,
Right.
not going to shut down. President Trump signs the 75-day order that we're going to evaluate it. We're going to try to find a partner. I'm going to talk more about that in just a second. But people are selling their iPhones on eBay, $3,000, $5,000. Like I said, one guy wants $1 million.
Okay.
Because it has TikTok on the phone.
No. TikTok is not going to be gone. It's going to come back to the Apple
But it's
Store.
for people who, when they heard about the ban, they're like, oh, I better take TikTok off my phone.
Give it to Friday. It'll be back in the Apple Store and Google Play stores.
I was thinking maybe we could make some money.
I have an old Samsung S24. Not even that old. It's got TikTok sitting on it.
You know what? You
It's
should
just
do it.
sitting in a desk drawer.
Okay, but what happens to all your personal stuff that's on the phone?
Nah, worry about that later.
No,
I just want the money.
just get the money.
Yeah.
Now, the $1 million phone, there is a disclaimer.
Which is?
It says screen protector is the only damaged, that otherwise the phone is perfect.
Oh, okay. So it's got a screen protector on it, like mine. It's a little chipped, but
Little
that's why you
chipped.
have the protector.
But that's, and $1 million.
That's nice. And it's not going to sell.
I don't think so.
No.
I think he's priced out of the market.
A little bit. Just a smidge.
And on that happy note, welcome. It's Kim Commando Today. It's your fun podcast about everything digital. We talk about all the tech news, and we pass along some tips, tricks, secrets, and my incredible humor. Yes, that you love. And you tell me that time after time. People stop me on the street.
We're not going back to this bit, are we? No one stops you on the street.
No, yeah, you're right.
Nobody.
No.
You're not on the street. You're in your super fast car zooming by the people that could stop
okay.
you on the street.
Okay, Mike, the cop in Paradise Valley.
He's the only one that stops you on the street.
And says, where are you going? I'm going to work, Mike. No, I have it figured out.
Which is?
It's 40 miles an hour as you go through
the
Paradise
speed
Valley.
limit?
Yes, as you go through Paradise Valley, it's 40 miles an hour.
Okay.
They don't pull you over until you hit like 47.
Because you've tested it?
Yes.
You've been pulled over at 65, 60,
No, I don't go that
55.
fast. No.
Okay.
I don't.
Sure, I believe you.
No. And my little Fiat, what do you expect?
Exactly. Your Fiat, whatever.
My Kia.
Your supercar.
My Kia. All right, so what do you got coming up?
We may be looking at the end of cryptocurrency. We may be dead. Yeah. There was a report out about it, and then a lot of people got duped by a fake meme coin this week.
There's always a fake meme coin.
Always.
It just happens time and time again. We have Craig Jackson joining us.
Oh, from the Barrett Jackson car auction.
Yeah, he's going to talk about all the great cars that are coming out. And, I don't know if you know this, but he's really a geek of the week.
Is he?
Yes.
Tech guy.
Yes. He's
Not a car guy or both.
He's actually both.
Oh, cool.
But, one time I was out there and he was so excited. He was like a 12-year-old boy. He was showing me all the dark fiber that they have all thrown out. So in case you're ever wondering, how they get these bids down to the nanosecond.
Right.
It's all because of all the fiber that he has underneath the ground and all stuff like that.
I don't want to sound like a layman, but was there a difference between fiber and dark fiber?
Dark fiber means he owns the whole ring.
Oh, okay.
Okay, there's nobody else.
All right. I
mean-
guess you have to, though.
Yes.
Because when you and I are going back and forth for that 1984 Nissan Sentra, we got to make sure that those bids are accurate.
Yeah. Yeah, you are. I'm not. Just saying. We're still giving away the Ray-Ban glasses.
Of course.
And so you want to go to winfromkim.com, $329 value. And you're going to love them. You're going to be like peering into the future.
Ooh, they should steal that. That's a good catchphrase.
They should. No purchase required. In order for you to enter to win, go to winfromkim.com, winfromkim.com. All right, so let's talk about a little bit about TikTok.
All right.
Because a lot of people were like freaking out. Oh, my life is over.
So were you there on Saturday? Did you live it?
Yes.
Saturday night, I got on TikTok. It was about, I want to say 10 o'clock
Get the notice.
our time. And the big screen popped up saying we've shut down TikTok in North America. We're hoping that President Trump, which everybody was being critical of that. Like, he's not president. He was president. We call him President Clinton. We call him President Bush.
Yes.
President Carter. He was president. Get off of it. Everything's not political. We hope that President Trump does something so we can bring it back. And then what? 12 hours later, they were back up and running with another message on the screen
Saying,
thanking President
Trump.
and that they're. So what I read though is that to get the 90-day extension, they had to be in talks, and they are in talks with a couple of companies.
Yes, they are.
Walmart, Oracle.
Yes,
And
then
the president has said they have to sell 50%.
okay, but here's the problem:
Okay.
is the golden share.
I don't know what that means.
The golden share is a big problem.
The 1%
Yes.
owning 50% or owning 49%?
No. The golden share. Every company that's headquartered in China
Okay.
must give a golden share of that company to the president of China.
Okay.
That golden share gives the president of China veto voting rights to anything that happens. Okay. So even if you sell 50% to Kevin O'Leary or Walmart or whoever that may be,
Right.
the president of China owns the golden share. It's like the golden ticket.
I understand that, but at least if you're in the room, if you own 50% and they're doing something bad, which is what the U.S. government is worried about,
Right.
if they're using it for propaganda, if they're taking information from American users, and you're at least in the room to see what's going on.
Yes, but the golden share can veto anything. And
So it could veto you being in the room seeing anything
exactly.
going on.
Okay. So TikTok released this whole propaganda video. It said, "Oh, we love everybody in America.
Of course.
We're never going to steal your data.
You already have.
We're never going to do anything bad.
You already have.
And we are going to turn a whole new leaf."
Oh, so that, wait a minute. To turn a leaf means you had to be bad in the past
But-
to be good in the present.
So that's TikTok.
But the Saturday night and Sunday night messages were just proof, and I can't believe no one's brought this up. It's just proof how much control
Totally
they
control.
have is because every single American that logged onto that app Saturday
it.
night saw their message.
Okay, and that's the problem.
Right. They were hurting themselves doing that.
Okay, but they could, yeah, and they can put a message down on everybody's phones. I've said this for years. They can put anything on there. Imagine if they said, North Korea nukes are on the way.
And it was false. It was misinformation.
Okay, well, you know what would happen?
Mass hysteria.
Exactly. It would be crazy. So in case you're wondering, like, why everybody's all ticked off at TikTok, that's really what it is.
90 days. Started on
75
Monday.
day. It's now a 75
They
day.
reduced it to 75?
Yes.
Okay.
A 75 days. No, I don't know why. But meanwhile, President Trump came out with the biggest tech CEOs, Oracle CEO Larry Ellison. Did you see him?
No.
Did you watch the news?
I just saw Zuckerberg checking out the cleavage of Bezos, his wife.
Okay, which that was so inappropriate what she had on.
You're blaming her?
Yeah, she's wearing a bustier. Okay, you don't wear a bustier with your boobs hanging out to the presidential inauguration.
Kim Commando with she was asking for an argument.
No, I didn't say that. I did not say that. I'm not saying that.
You're saying both could be true. She shouldn't have wore that, and Zuckerberg also shouldn't have stared at her boobs.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Okay, so she should have worn something a little bit more demure.
Yeah,
in
no.
my opinion.
She looked like she was going to a nightclub, not to the
Exactly.
presidential inauguration.
Okay, and it's like-
but she looked good. She looked good.
She did. You know, she's a beautiful woman.
She is.
She's a beautiful woman. But we don't have to show our boobies all over.
We can, but we don't have to. You're right.
It's not necessary. So the reason why I mentioned Oracle CEO Larry Ellison, he looked phenomenal. That guy looks great. He's like 85 years old. He looks like he's 50. I mean, it's just nuts. Sam Altman, of course, from OpenAI, and Masayoshi Son, his SoftBank CEO. And they all came out and they said, we are going to do something called Stargate. Now, this is big stuff.
Okay.
Okay. I am so happy that they're doing this. Is that they got together and they raised $500 billion.
Oh my word.
Okay. And they're saying we are going to build data centers for AI in the United States. And we are going to be working on AI. And at some point in the not too distant future, when you go get your blood work and they say, let's check your cholesterol, your hemoglobin, whatever it may be, is that they're actually using AI. They're going to be testing our blood for biomarkers. Everybody throughout the United States.
Okay.
And what the biomarkers will be doing is say, you know what, we see something going on with your DNA that could be cancer. So we're going to come up with a personalized immunotherapy or whatever it may be using AI so that DNA biomarker doesn't mutate. Okay, that's big stuff.
Okay, but if you're spending $500 billion on it, you got to be able to make $2 trillion back.
They will. Of course they will.
It's it's going to be so expensive.
No, they'll figure it all out.
You say that, but then you look at the American healthcare system, and right now, if you need insulin, it's going to cost you $2,500.
Okay, but that'll change that too.
Okay.
And they're looking to hire 100,000 people.
You going to go get a job?
I'm thinking about it. This radio thing doesn't work out.
Give it a shot.
Okay, so I talked about TikTok and Donald Trump in the newsletter that is received by over 600,000 people every single day.
Right.
Okay, and growing like crazy. And I also talked about Stargate. And then I got comments.
What happened?
Okay, they're saying, one called me an effin' MAGA.
MAGA. Okay.
C word. Yeah.
Are you serious?
Didn't leave his.
The C word?
Yeah. Didn't leave his email address.
Did he unsubscribe at least?
No. I'm sitting there, I'm thinking, but I got like two or three of those.
But those are both legitimate news stories.
Yes.
It's not like you're out there pushing an agenda.
No, but I just like I read that, I started laughing out loud. I'm like, look at the note I got.
I mean, that's an emotional response to the product you're putting out there if I've ever seen it.
Speaking of the IRS, is that if you sold over $5,000 on eBay, Etsy, or StubHub, is that now they're going to send you a 1099-K form?
Sure.
So that this way, guess what? You get to pay taxes on it. Yay!
5,000. That's like a pretty high threshold. I thought it would be a lot lower.
Well, it used to be like 600.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay. Then they tried to get that whole thing to work. Then it was like, okay, we'll make it 800. But then we'll do it a couple of years from now.
With 5,000, I mean, you can still sell your stuff and not go crazy. Basically, if you make it over 5,000, you got a business. So it makes sense.
Yes, it does. And let's see. I saw this over on the New York Post, and it was something like I've wrote about for years, is that when people are cheating, in a relationship,
Yeah.
that instead of sending text messages to each other, they have like alternative ways to cheat. So like maybe they might open a Google Doc.
Oh, okay.
And so they
share it with the person.
and they go back and forth.
That's smart. That's good thinking.
Yeah. And then another one is they're using Apple Notes
Okay.
so that they share a note.
Same
and
thing.
You can lock the note. So only the person that you're having this steamy relationship with can actually read the notes back and forth. So a PI was writing on the New York Post, and he said, this is a way that he's finding cheaters. But then I heard from Gary and Rosalind Nurin, who said, I like the snippet called Cheater Cheater, but not for the surface information. My spouse and I have been trying to figure out how to share a grocery list.
Is it a dirty grocery list at least?
On our iPhones and iPads. We couldn't figure it out, but I'm glad we don't cheat. What we sure would like to be able to share information like a grocery list, and then this way we remember what we need and we add to the list so we can see it in real time.
Yeah. You can use it for anything. Put on your list cucumbers, upside down pineapples, however filthy you want to get.
Really? You had to say that?
I didn't have to. I chose to. And I'm proud of it.
An F and MAGA.
Yeah, don't make me go in the comments, okay?
That's it. Finally, I think this is really a great story.
All right.
Okay. There's certain things that AI can't do. And one of them is to read cursive handwriting.
Which is surprising.
Okay.
I mean, it can make a movie of Will Smith eating pasta that looks 1,000% accurate, but it can't read cursive.
I know. Isn't that nuts? So the National Archives is looking for volunteers, people who can actually read cursive handwriting, so that this way you can read Revolutionary War stuff, pension records, field notes, immigration records, census records, all this other stuff. And you're going to be called a citizen archivist.
So you're going to read the cursive, turn it into,
Just
type it out.
Type it out and say exactly
And then
what
we'll
you're
feed it into AI.
And so you can sign up for free.
Can you read cursive?
Yes.
All right.
Why would I
I skipped the
not?
4th grade. I can't write in cursive.
You can't?
No, I skipped the 4th grade. That's where they teach it. And when I got to the fifth grade and they're like, make sure everything's in script, I was like, I don't know how. And they went, oh, yeah, you skipped the fourth grade. Don't worry about it.
Let me tell you, my handwriting's so bad.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Google uses it as a CAPTCHA.
I loved it. It was natural. It was part of the conversation. It was a perfect setup. It's great. Good job, Kim Commando.
Big tech is taking over everything, and that includes your email too. They are constantly trying to track us and what we see in our inboxes. The good news is that you can take back control if you know about the right tools. Start Mail is the easy-to-use alternative to big tech's email. It was built entirely with your privacy in mind, and it includes features like unlimited disposable email aliases. You can use them for anything, from selling stuff online to accessing coupon codes. Worried about moving from the account you've had forever? Don't be. StartMail's email and contact migration tool makes switching email providers really simple. With just a few clicks, you can transfer all of your important info to your new StartMail account. Protect your email from advertisers, government surveillance, and spam right now. Take back control of your data with StartMail. Just go to startmail.com/Kim for a 7-day free trial and 50% off your first year. StartMail with a T. That's startmail.com/Kim.
So, Andrew, have you been to the Barrett-Jackson car auction?
Of course. I live in the Valley of the Sun. Anyone who lives in the Valley of the Sun has been at least once to the car auction.
It's amazing. I mean, it is truly the world's greatest collector car auction. And it's happening right now in Scottsdale, Arizona. And I had a chance to walk around so many great cars. And, you know, I'm a car gal.
How many did you buy?
I haven't bought any yet.
What?
I know, yet.
And still got the weekend.
Okay,
Let's see what happens.
There's like 1,800 collectible cars. You can bid online too. So, you know, if you're sitting out there and you're like, you know, I want to really buy the Batmobile. Well, I'm not going to spoil it. But we're going to talk about some of the cars that are out there with Craig Jackson. Okay. I mean, get it, you know, Barrett Jackson. This is Craig Jackson. Yeah. And speaking of bidding online, Craig, thank you for being here. I always find it amazing that you wrote the code for the bidding system all those years ago.
Well, it's old code now, but yes, life has evolved. But I was very much into technology after taking programming at ASU and started digitizing us in 90. Well, actually, when Quark Express first came out.
Wow.
And bringing desktop publishing in back in the 80s, and then moving into programming us in the 82, we started programming and digitizing everything, and then on the web at 94, and wrote the first program with another programmer. I'll give him credit too. And we started online bidding in 95, which back then was, you know, sort of dial up. It was you had to write small code because they had small packets. Mm-hmm. And, you know, it's evolved since then as bandwidth has gone up. Now you can watch a full stream, bid online, watch on TV, watch the stream. So it's all multimedia nowadays, using every form.
Now, you talk about growing with technology through the years, and are you using artificial intelligence in any way for the auction in 2025?
It is in the new stack we are doing, helping us on car consignments to help consigners write their descriptions using all of our rules.
Nice.
So it actually helps speed it up, just not putting words in their mouth, but helping them clean it up.
Well, let's talk about some of the cars that you have there. Like, first of all, you have a Pagani. Is it Pagani?
Pagani.
Yeah, you have a Pagani.
Sounds like something I can't afford.
You can't. Okay, you can't even afford a cashmere sweater.
I definitely could not afford that.
Okay, there's only 100 cars worldwide. It's a hypercar. So how do you define a hypercar, Craig?
It is the speed and the rarity. So all the sort of 200 and plus mile an hour cars get into sort of that hypercar status, and it's limited production. So Paganis, Koenigsegg's, the higher end McLarens like the P1s, it's those cars that are limited production, ultra fast, and very expensive.
How much do you think this car is going to go for? Because I mean, I've been eyeballing it, and I don't think I have this much money, but I really love that when you look at the rearview mirrors, that the designer modeled him after his wife's eyes.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, isn't that great?
It has got a lot of. He's a designer, so a Pagani is a piece of art. You know, if you look at all those three cars that are in the front row there, we have the Hennessy F5 and the Pagani and the all-carbon fiber Ford GT. All three of those cars are all carbon. Some are painted, and they expose the carbon. But when you open up the doors of the Pagani and you see all that workmanship of the carbon and all the way the instrument panel is a combination of analog and digital, and it is a work of art, and he did that throughout the entire car, and that is his signature. And they're all handmade. They have you open up the rear clamshell to look at the engine, which is a work of art, and then your luggage compartments on both sides with your fitted luggage that is all in carbon fiber and fine leather. It is a piece of art.
So, what would you expect a car like that to go for?
Somewhere, because this one has, I think, 7,000 miles on it, something like that. It'll be right around $2 million, maybe a little less, maybe a little more.
Of course, it's used.
It's used. It's a pretty famous car. A YouTuber used it a lot on his videos. It's also had a lot of performance enhancements done to it, so it's a little faster. But it is, rare these come up, and to have it at no reserve. So the market will tell us what it is worth, but the car's in great shape, and it sounds awesome. That exhaust all coming out the rear, the four exhaust pipes and blue titanium coming out the back. It just sounds wicked.
Is this the most expensive car that's going to go at the auction this year?
Don't know. You got, as we say, there's always wild cards. We have the Hoonigan truck from Ken Block, and Ken Block with all of his Gymkhana videos broke the internet, very famous in Gymkhana 10. And that one, you never know. Between that, the Hennessy, they only made 30 of these Hennessy F5 Venoms, and the goal with those was to break the 300-plus mile-an-hour mark.
Wow.
So you've got hypercars, and that is a hypercar. And then on the, we are selling Marshmallow, the DJs, Ford GT in polished carbon fiber. So it has matching carbon fiber, herringbone down the middle, and then you can follow the weave from the hood through the doors, all the way to the back of the car, the way they laid the carbon fiber out. It is another piece of art itself. And it comes with a matching DJ helmet in carbon fiber to match the
That's
car.
cool.
It's got a 2-day experience with him in Vegas.
I wouldn't expect anything less. Now, those all sound expensive. So, Kim, you're only going to have to be able to afford to buy one.
That's
okay?
it.
You're going to have to narrow it down.
I don't know. I was looking at that 1956 Gullwing coupe.
Oh, that's another spectacular car. The Gullwing was the highest priced car last year. That was a Rudge wheel car with a 3-year restoration. This car has been completely gone through. I would say this car would be a great car to take and use as a rally car. It is well sorted out.
Wow.
It's been completely sorted and ready to take out and drive and enjoy. Beautiful car, gray over gray. And Gullwings are always spectacular.
You know what? I have an SLS. I love that car.
That's beautiful. The one we just saw is gorgeous.
Yeah, the Mercedes. It's a 1956. It's a 300 SL. It's gorgeous.
That's one are you eyeing that one as well?
You know what? I actually am eyeballing that.
Of course you are.
I am eyeballing that. Now I did see also when I was out at the auction, Craig, I saw the Batmobile.
Yes. So we did a whole collection of movie and TV series cars. We sold 34, I believe, yesterday.
Oh, wow.
And then we are selling the 3 sort of cream of the crop on Saturday, the Batmobile being number 1 in that collection. So originally we sold here at Barrett-Jackson Batmobile number 1, which was the Ford Futura concept car that George Barris, when he got the call to build a car for Batman series, didn't have much time. He went in his back lot. He had bought that car from Ford after the car show series for $1. He converted it into the Batmobile, and that's what we sold here a few years ago for $1.2 million, I forget, $460,000, and that was determined over the flip of a coin. When they built that, when he finished the Batmobile and they approved it, he popped 2 molds off of it because they needed 3 cars to do the series and the movies ultimately afterwards. But for drive-by shots, static shots, and promotional cars, this is the 3rd Batmobile. It built back in 1966. There's been a lot of replicas and recreations, but this one was built in the era by George Barris, authenticated by George Barris, and signed by George Barris. And it is one of the true original TV series Batmobiles.
So this was the Adam West Batman, not Michael Keaton. This is Adam West.
Yeah, Adam West, yes, back in the TV series, Pow, Zoom, Bang, all that.
Yes, I love that. Now, I also saw, I think the helicopter from Batman too, didn't I?
We've had a helicopter here, a bat boat, a bat chop, a bat motorcycle, Batgirl motorcycle,
Everything.
We have the Beverly Hillbillies, the actual jalopy that they drove.
Wow.
And, yesterday we sold Ghostbusters. We sold all sorts of them yesterday. But on Saturday, we will be selling the authentic. They only made one of the jalopy. So this one we've sold twice before. It's been in 2 other collections. The gentleman that was building this museum bought it from us, from the Ron Pratt collection when we sold that collection. So it is fully authenticated, another George Barris built movie TV car. So there's a lot of stuff out here. Very eclectic. Supercars and hypercars are the main theory this year, the theme of what we're selling.
Yeah,
collections.
I did see a lot of Ferraris and a lot of Porsches.
Yes, and McLarens. So across the board, Ferrari SF90s, we have 2 of those. We have 3 of the modern era Ford GTs. We have 4 of the 05, 06 Ford GTs. Some of the most incredible customs and resto mods that we've ever had.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. It is. I was looking at the Porsche 959, which
sounds like you're looking at pretty much everything.
Car.
I'm looking at everything.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's definitely looking at everything.
Okay. Well, because since last time I saw you, Craig, since last time we chatted, is I bought a 911 Turbo S paint to sample, which I love.
Yes. They're incredibly fast, and having paint to sample makes it a one-off car.
What paint to sample is that you have your standard colors, and then you can give them a color, or you can pick it out of another color. So I picked Albert Blue.
But will they make other ones in Albert Blue, or once you claim it, that's yours?
No, don't make others.
Oh, okay.
But there's only I think now in the country there's only 2 Porsche 911 Turbo S's that are Albert Blue.
That's pretty cool. That's really
But
rare.
what I love the most about the car is that when you open the car, on the door sill it says Commando. That's so cool. So cool.
That's cool.
I just
very cool.
I know. I sit there and I'm like, they say name on the car and I just point. You're like, oh, okay. Sorry.
Is it going to hurt the resale value there?
Are you kidding? I'm Kim Commando. People pay more money for that.
Oh, I forgot.
Gosh. So
What else we have is a Porsche Singer, which is $1 million resto mod, vintage Porsche with all modern components to it. And those, I don't know if there's been another one ever come up for sale like this before. And it's no reserve.
what year is that?
What year is the Singer? 1989.
Wow, that's a beautiful car. That's gorgeous.
It is.
Now, every year you always do a lot for charities. What do you have lined up this year?
So we are doing multiple cars. So we're doing one for Driven Hearts, which is for the American Heart Association. That has been donated by the Wrestler family, their father passed away suddenly of a heart attack, has a great story to it. He gave us a car for our 35th anniversary. We donated it for Driven Hearts back in 2018. And this is the car that he originally wanted to give to us. Long story. He couldn't get the car here, so he bought another one, gave it to us This one is for the American Heart Association. We are selling a 2000 brand new Ford Raptor, Barrett Jackson edition, black, red stripes, custom interior. That is being split between the Carroll Shelby Foundation, which is for heart transplants, because he was the longest living heart transplant recipient, and African Parks, which is a fund to join together all the parks in Africa, fund them to keep the wildlife preserved. Rob Walton is a big champion of that, and will be here selling that vehicle. We are doing Mike Rowe, which I really am excited about this one. Mike Rowe is selling a truck that was customized by 27 artists, and that is for Mike Rowe Works. He will be here Friday selling that. And his foundation is all about teaching kids trades. And we need more kids in trades nowadays to actually fix stuff. And the creme de la creme of all the charity cars is we are selling the VIN-1 2025 Corvette ZR1, the first Corvette to have over 1,000 horsepower, 1,074 horsepower. And that'll be 5:30 on Saturday. So great lineup of charity cars, and another pickup from Chip Foose. So we have celebrities bringing cars for charity, great charities, and cars you can't buy anywhere else other than at Barrett Jackson. And 100% of the proceeds go straight to the charity.
Awesome.
We don't make commission. You write the check to the charity.
Which is just fabulous.
Phenomenal.
That's so nice that you guys do that. So everybody who's watching, listening, you can always learn more by going to barrettjackson.com. You can also bid online. Craig, thanks for spending some time with us.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you.
He's such a great guy.
No. Batman! You should buy the Batmobile.
No.
Yeah!
You know what I did bid on once, a couple of years ago? Ferris Bueller's Day Off, the fake Ferrari.
Oh, the one in that they tried to roll back the miles by putting it in reverse?
I thought that would be fun.
And you didn't get it? Someone outbid you?
Well, what if how does the theme go for the Beverly Hillbillies? Let me tell you about her.
Listen to a story about a man named Jed, poor mountaineer, barely kept his family fed. Then one day he was shooting at some food up from the grounds and a bubbling crew.
Oil.
Texas tea.
Ooh.
Black gold. If you buy that, you must drive it to Beverly Hills.
You know what?
You have to.
I think that would be so funny just to drive around Beverly Hills.
Right, and then you hire a granny to sit next to you on the top.
Exactly. That'd be so fun.
My son Ian is my pride and joy and brings fresh ideas to everything we do. But here's the thing. My number one priority is not business. It's protecting my family's future. Life is unpredictable, and as we start a new year, I know one thing is for sure. I'm prepared, and my family is prepared for whatever comes my way, because I have a term life insurance policy, and you should consider having one too. Fabric by Gerber Life makes it easy to get term life insurance in minutes. It's affordable, straightforward. It gives peace of mind knowing your family is financially protected, no matter what happens. Plus, Fabric has an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau, so you're working with a company you can trust. If you're a parent, you owe it to your family. Don't wait. Join thousands of parents who secured their family's futures. Apply now at meetfabric.com/Kim. That's meetfabric.com/Kim. meetfabric.com/Kim.
Policies issued by Western Southern Alliance Life Insurance Company. Not available in certain states. Prices are subject to underwriting and health questions.
Hey, just a quick reminder. This is not the Kim Commando Show.
It's not?
No. A lot of people get confused.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they're both got your name in it.
Yes.
There's just one word difference.
But the Kim Commando Show is the big show.
Right.
And let me tell you, that's an amazing show. 36 pieces of content every show.
Wow.
I know.
It's a lot.
How do I know?
Because you write it all and you put it all together and then you deliver it all.
And then because I tried to figure it out.
And then you sit there and go, I got 35. I just need one more.
And then, now we tie all that in and bring it all together with just the best callers ever. I mean, we really screen our calls. And so, like, if somebody says, like, somebody gets through and says, like, what kind of iPad should we buy? We're not going to take it.
No?
No.
The new one? You don't just say, the new one, thanks for calling, Phil?
How much money do you have? Okay. I mean,
just get the one at Costco.
Yeah, just, you know what? Just go buy the one you can afford.
Yeah.
Okay. Or if somebody calls and says, like, what kind of, like, headphones should I buy? You know, you can figure that out.
Yeah.
Just, I mean, but if you're looking for like bona fide advice about like how to take your business to the next level using the right artificial intelligence tools, or maybe you're getting stalked and you're trying to figure out like who is actually stalking you. Maybe somebody has posted your name and address on Pornhub. That happened to a caller.
That sucks.
Wasn't that bad? It was
Yeah.
so bad. And then she had people, and then they left this whole description. And she had like men knocking at her door.
It's awful.
It was nutso. It was crazy. You know, we actually figured out. I'll tell you that story some other time. But we actually figured out who it was.
Did you?
Yeah, she called the show, and then I have some white hat hacker friends.
Right.
Well, I'll tell you a story. We have some white hat hacker friends, and so he gets involved, and then he figures out that it was actually her daughter went on Tinder. Okay. And after 3 months, she was like going back and forth with this guy. And she never met him.
3 months?
Yes. And never met him in person.
Okay.
Okay. And she's like, I don't really think this is for me. So she breaks up with him. And then the daughter starts getting things like pizzas getting delivered.
Which is nice. I mean, if you're going to terrorize someone with free pizza, that's pretty cool.
And then also telling her, I saw, that purple dress looks really great on you.
Oh, that's creepy.
And yeah, that type of stuff. And then the daughter didn't really want to tell her mother that this was going on because she's like, I can kind of maybe figure this out.
Mm-hmm.
Then that happens to the mother. And the mother calls me and she tells me the whole story. She went to the cops and everything. Cops were like, we don't know what to do.
I mean,
All right.
that's pretty unique.
Yeah. I mean, like, we don't really have a lot to go on.
We're going to subpoena Pornhub for the information and maybe we'll get it in 10 years.
Yeah, exactly. So as it turns out, long story short, is that Rico is his name. He figures out by cloning the girl's phone that, like when you are in your late teens, early 20s, like you have like your squad, a group of friends.
Absolutely.
Okay. So when she was talking to her friends like about this was going on, okay, one of the people in her squad was the guy on Tinder pretending to be somebody else.
So it was all a ruse from the beginning.
Yes. And so when she sat down and said, oh, I got a pizza, this guy told me I looked great in the purple dress.
Oh.
Okay. And so just feeding it all along. And so then they get the police involved and they arrest the guy. And they found child porn on his computer.
This just gets worse and worse.
It does. So, but anyway, back to the show. So,
Yeah.
no, it was awful. It's awful.
Stalking, child porn. Anyway, whatever. Yada, yada, yada. Everything's fine.
Or people I had one guy call in that he didn't want to believe he was getting pig butchered.
Oh, yeah. Everybody who's getting pig butchers doesn't want to believe they're getting pig butchered.
I said, you are a pig and you are getting butchered.
Speaking of pig butchering, that normally involves cryptocurrency.
Correct.
And on Friday, the president-elect, Donald Trump, he launched his own meme coin. Now, I appreciate when they launch a coin and they call it a meme coin. They say what it is.
Yes.
They're not trying to fake that this is, backing some technology. They'll make sure that mice learn how to type. They just say, hey, this is a meme coin. And instantly, it skyrockets and is worth billions.
And then it's a pump and dump scheme.
Well, the next day, Saturday, the first lady launches her meme coin.
Of course.
Crashes the price of the president's, and hers skyrockets and is now worth billions of dollars. So what happens on Monday is Barron goes and launches his own meme coin, and that jumps to like $900 million in value. But there's a problem.
What?
It wasn't a real meme coin.
Oh.
It was all fake. It was all fraudulent. It was fraudsters online making a coin, backing it by Barron, timing it with the inauguration so that no one was paying attention.
Exactly.
And they stole everyone's money.
How much?
$900 million.
Oh, 900 million?
Is the adjusted value. But most of it was in other cryptos, and those other cryptos will be you can't track them down because that's the whole thing of cryptocurrency. But this leads me to another story, is that the experts are coming out and saying that cryptocurrency may be completely 100% dead. Because remember during the pandemic, when a new crypto would come out.
Yes.
And it was always backed by some tech leader with some technical backing to it. And if you back this coin, we're going to raise money that'll do this technology that does
Not
this
anymore.
and does that.
No.
Not anymore. It's all just meme coins. And it's just the, like you said, pump and dump schemes. It's a quick way for a couple people at the top. I mean, it's a pyramid scheme almost.
Wonder how much my Ethereum is worth.
Nothing. For the people at the top to get rich quick, for real quick, and then everybody else loses money. And that's the only trading that's really happening with cryptocurrency and the general public right now.
Well, I thought I had read that Bitcoin was over $100,000.
That's Bitcoin. That's real though, because
Yes.
that's that's backed by the blockchain. It powers the blockchain. It has a cap to it.
So all of these meme coins, everybody just needs to stay away from.
Nobody has any rules.
Yeah.
It's just a meme coin that goes out there that all they're trying to do is for the initial group of investors to make some quick cash, and everybody else loses their money.
So if you're on YouTube and you see somebody talking about a meme coin,
Don't buy it.
yes, just say no.
No.
No. We do
Unless you have to understand the people that are going to make money with these meme coins are already in place. You will not be one of them.
No.
You are the person that is going to give them money when you buy that coin.
So don't buy it.
No. Do you have any crypto?
Just Ethereum.
No. Wait. You don't have any Bitcoin?
I have no.
That's shocking to me.
I know I should have been buying it along, but I didn't.
That's interesting. Okay. Even like, because pandemic, I went in and I bought a bunch of little coins, but then I just put a majority of my money into Bitcoin.
You know, I should have done. It's like I get like so sidetracked in everything that I do.
Why don't you sell all your stock in GoPro and go and buy some Bitcoin with it?
I'm waiting for GoPro. GoPro is coming back. I have a feeling.
Fair enough.
I mean, you know, if anybody should have a drone, it should be GoPro. I'm just saying, people. I mean, I'm holding beyond hope that someday I'll be able to.
Just give you a hard time.
I know. It's like I just don't pay attention.
Okay. But you know about this. Of
I
all
know.
the people
I
you're
should.
informed.
I know.
Were you a non-believer in the beginning? Like,
Yes.
this poppycock.
Yeah.
All right. No, you're not alone. A lot of people.
You want to buy a home or car? Maybe you want to lease a new apartment. But your credit isn't where it needs to be. You need Kickoff. If your credit is under 600, you can jump like 28 points in your first month. Kickoff is the best way to build credit fast. No credit checks, no hidden fees, and no interest. It's simple. Kickoff optimizes key credit factors. Credit bureaus see good behavior, and your credit grows fast. Start building credit now for only $1 for your first month at getkickoff.com/iHeartPodcast. That's kickoff without the C. Get KIKOFF.com/iHeartPodcast. Must sign up via getkickoff.com/iHeartPodcast to activate offer. Offer applies to new customers first month only, subject to approval. Offer subject to change. Terms and conditions may apply. Point stat based on Equifax Vantage Score 3.0. Changes for Kickoff users starting under 600 who made their first on-time payment between January 2021 and March 2024. Payment and credit activity outside Kickoff can have an impact on your credit. Individual results may vary.
All right. So what's going on? I saw that story and I didn't read it.
Which one?
The one about the billionaires
Oh,
and the
yeah.
free social media. What is that?
So there's a group of people that are making this. They're really upset. In the last month, we have seen a bunch of tech billionaires. I don't know. I don't want to say glad hand, but look like, have the appearance of, they are bowing to the president. And that they are, well, I mean, you're shaking your hand.
Well, but you know what? But here's the thing. Here's what, because Barry and I have talked about this. Okay. You know, on that stage, you had all the tech titans.
Right.
Okay. In the inauguration. Okay. Here's why. Okay. Before, let's go back in time. On that stage would have been the person who's in charge of Standard Oil.
Right, of course.
Okay, the railroads, the shopping centers, the airline industry, the telecommunications, the tech titans are running commerce.
Big business has always wanted their foot in the door of the White House.
Exactly.
Always. This is not new.
No, it's not.
But when it comes to social media, people are looking at it a little differently, especially because of, I'm just going to use the buzzword, the woke culture, and how they believe tech's relationship with the president is going to hurt that influence on social media when it was so prevalent in the last 6 to 8 years.
Yeah, and we've got 35 different genders.
Correct. So the idea is, let's get the billionaires out of social media and let's create basically a publicly owned social media service that will not be run by big business. A couple of things. First of all, the problem is to do this, they're trying to raise millions of dollars
with a meme coin.
I'm reading this, and it's like they want to raise the first phase is they want to raise $30 million. And I was like, that's why you need billionaires in social media, because billionaires write $30 million checks.
Well, and $30 million sounds like a lot of money.
It's not.
But it's not.
Right. I mean, we just talked about they're spending $500 billion to build this AR data center.
Yes.
The other thing is that they've only raised $600,000. And this
$600,000?
Yeah. But I mean, are you shocked that they've got that far, or they're not even close?
They're not even close.
Right. And so people don't want this. People like billionaires running their social media because it becomes with innovation. I mean, the minute the TikTok came out, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook,
everybody's like, yes,
started working on their own TikTok because they have billionaires that run them.
I know. I like where Meta came out and said, Mark Zuckerberg was like, we have our version of TikTok coming out in February. I'm like, where the hell were you? Why didn't you have that already in production?
Right, TikTok's years old. You could have done that within 6 months of TikTok coming out. But does the social media need to be a public forum, do you think? That's the question that it really poses.
No.
And you don't think that do you think it should be the Wild Wild West? Do you think it should be run and controlled in the ideas of the person that's funding it?
You know, that's a tough call because a lot of people are ticked off that Mark Zuckerberg is now saying, I'm not going to monitor anything.
Right.
Okay. And I have people who say like, well, I'm getting off Facebook now because Mark Zuckerberg's not monitoring. Okay. He was monitoring it to the Biden administration standard.
Correct.
Okay. So, you know, I don't want to have any government intervention in companies.
Right.
I mean, that's my libertarian coming out, because then it will stifle innovation.
Absolutely.
And then with innovation, you get competition, and then you get better products along the way.
Exactly what the example we just gave.
So I don't know. It's not going to go anywhere.
No, it's not. And I guarantee it, the guy who is the main focus, he's like a former executive from Mozilla, and I know he's rich. You know, wants to be a billionaire, and that's why he's doing this. It's the same old thing. It's just trying to put a fancy little coat of paint on it.
All right, so I want to close with something that you may not know. Do you know what month it is? You know, there's always like a month, like a
January.
Okay, it's National Soup Month.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I think this is the worst idea ever. Okay, Progresso has come out with something called soup drops.
Yeah, I've seen these cough drops that taste like soup.
Yes. Individually wrapped candies. It has the flavor of broth, chicken, vegetables, egg noodles, and a hint of parsley.
Well, isn't the idea behind it, though, if you're sick, you use a cough drop because you're sick, and then you get chicken soup because, it has that homey, warm feeling, helps your throat. They're just putting the two together.
I don't know. I have to stew on this a bit.
All of that. We do 4 stories a show. We've already done them. She pulls out this 5th one just because she had a joke for it.
You got to use your noodle.
So stupid.
I mean, I don't know why you're so salty.
Got the cameras.
Okay.
Make this stop.
Peace out.
Goodbye.
Get it? Peace out.
I get it.
Oh, they're going to love my jokes. All right, folks, thanks for being here. We appreciate it. And leave us some good comments and great reviews because that's how more people find us. And peace out.
This program is a copyrighted production of Westar Multimedia Entertainment and protected by the copyright laws. Any rebroadcast or use of this program for commercial, business, economic, or financial purposes without the written permission of Westar Multimedia Entertainment is strictly prohibited.